You ever wake up one morning and realize the person lying next to you, the one you built your whole damn world around, has been carving it up behind your back? That's how it hit me, like a freight train through the chest. I didn't just lose a marriage, I lost 15 years of what I thought was real. But I didn't crumble. I planned, I waited, and when I struck back, I made sure she felt every piece of it shatter. Please like and subscribe to support and get more Reddit betrayal stories. I remember the day it started cracking, clear as yesterday. It was a Tuesday in early spring. The kind where the Ohio air still bites, but you can smell the thaw coming. I was at my desk in the home office, wrapping up blueprints for a new warehouse project, when Brooke breezed in from her client meeting. She was all smiles, hair tossed like she'd just come from a salon, not some dusty open house. "Hey babe," she said, leaning down to peck my cheek. Her perfume hitting me like a wave, something floral and sharp that I didn't recognize. Long day, but I nailed that listing. "How was yours?" I looked up from my screen, forcing a grin. "Same old grind." "You smell different." "New stuff." She laughed, that light trill she always did when she was dodging. "Oh yeah, sample from a client." "Fancy, right?" "Gotta run to the gym quick, burn off this stress." She grabbed her bag and was out the door before I could say much else. Gym. She hadn't stepped foot in one for months, but suddenly it was her religion. I sat there, staring at the door, a knot forming in my gut. We'd been married 15 years. High school sweethearts from this sleepy suburb outside Columbus. 2 kids, Mia and Jake, 14 and 12 now, both with her eyes and my stubborn streak. House with a yard, decent jobs. I engineered structures that lasted, she sold homes that people dreamed about. On paper, we were solid. But that knot wouldn't loosen. Later that night, after the kids were in bed, she was in the shower, and her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I wasn't the snooping type, never had been. Trust was our thing, or so I thought. But something pulled me over. The screen lit up. A message from Derek. "Missed you today. That cabin idea sounds perfect. Can't wait." My blood went cold. Derek. I knew the name vaguely, some guy from her high school days she'd mentioned reconnecting with on Facebook. "Old friend," she'd said. I swiped open, heart pounding. The passcode was still our anniversary. Thank God she hadn't changed that yet. The thread was a gut punch. "You're all I think about," from her. "Need to feel you again soon," from him. Photos. Her in lingerie I'd never seen. Timestamps from weeks ago. Hotel bookings in my email trash? No, but links to motels 2 towns over. I closed it quick, put the phone back, and sat on the bed, world spinning. The shower stopped, and she came out towel-wrapped, humming some pop song. "You okay, hon?" "You look pale." I swallowed hard, kept my voice steady. "Yeah, just a headache from the screen all day." "How was the gym?" "Great, really cleared my head." She slipped into bed, scrolling her phone again. "Oh, Derek messaged about that reunion thing. Remember him from my stories. Funny guy." "Yeah, funny." I turned away, pretending to sleep, but my mind raced all night. Who was this Derek? Why now? 15 years. And she was throwing it away for what? Some rekindled flame. I thought about the kids, Mia's soccer games, Jake's science fairs, the vacations we'd scraped for. Anger bubbled, but I pushed it down. Yelling wouldn't fix this. I needed proof, solid, before I blew it all up. Next morning, I acted normal. Made coffee, packed lunches. "Have a good day at the office," she said, kissing me full on the lips, like nothing was wrong. "Love you. Love you too." The words tasted like ash. As soon as she left, I called in sick to work, then searched Private Investigator, Columbus, Ohio. Found a guy named Frank, ex-cop, no-nonsense type. Met him at a diner that afternoon. "I think my wife's cheating," I said flat out, sliding him her photo and Derek's name from Facebook. He nodded, sipping black coffee. "Happens more than you think. I'll tail her, get photos if there's anything. $3,000 up front, results in a week or 2. Done." I wired the money from my personal account, the one from my inheritance she didn't touch. Days blurred after that. I'd smile at dinner, ask about her day. "Busy, you know, market's hot," she'd say. "Got a big open house coming up for that McMansion on Elm. Could be my best commission yet." "Sounds great." "Proud of you." Inside, I was dying. The kids noticed the tension. Mia cornered me one evening while Brooke was at yoga. "Dad, is everything okay with you and Mom?" "You seem quiet." I ruffled her hair. "Just work stuff, kiddo. Nothing big." But it was big. Frank called a week later. Got what you need. Meet me same place. At the diner, he slid over a folder. Photos. Brooke and Derek at a motel off the highway, arms linked, kissing in the parking lot. More at a diner, laughing over wine. A weekend shot at a cabin up north, her car parked next to his truck. Receipts, too, pulled from public records, or whatever magic PIs do. Hotel charges on our joint card, billed as business expenses, dinners, gifts, a necklace that cost $500, wrapped in a box I'd seen in her closet. Thought it was for her mom. This enough? Frank asked. More than. I paid him the rest, drove home numb. That night, Brooke was bubbly, planning the open house party. Inviting the whole office, some clients, even Aunt Sue. Gonna be epic. You coming, right? Wouldn't miss it. I smiled, but my mind was already plotting. Divorce. Custody. Finances. I couldn't just walk away. She'd used our money, our life, to fund this bullshit. She had to pay. First, I met with a lawyer, Sharon, a bulldog in heels who'd handled messy divorces for years. Adultery's not a crime here, she said in her office, flipping through the folder. But financial misconduct, using joint funds for the affair, that we can use. We'll file citing irreconcilable differences, but attach this as evidence for asset split and alimony. What about the house? It's in both names, but down payment was my inheritance. Protected. You'll get it back. Kids. Primary custody. They're old enough to choose, but I want them with me. She nodded. We'll prep affidavits. Serve her quietly. No, I said. I want it public. At her open house, Sharon raised an eyebrow. That's bold. Risky for alienation claims, but if she's humiliated, she might settle fast. Exactly. We drew up papers that afternoon. Meanwhile, I moved money. Half the savings to a new account in my name only. Froze the joint cards with a fraud alert call to the bank. Suspected unauthorized charges, I told them. Change passwords on all our shared accounts, Netflix, email forwards, everything. Brooke didn't notice at first. She was too wrapped up in her work. One night, she came home late, eyes bright. Derek says hi, by the way. He's thinking of buying a place, might use me as agent. I choked on my water. Derek. The high school guy. Yeah, silly, right? But business is business. She winked, headed upstairs. I followed later, lay awake. Business. Yeah. Days ticked down to the open house. I helped her plan, even. Need balloons. Catering. Make it fancy, she said over breakfast. I'll handle the invites, I offered. Sent them out, including to her brokerage boss anonymously, with a teaser, big reveal coming. The night before, she packed her outfit, a sharp red dress. Wish me luck, babe. This could change everything. I hugged her. It will. She slept sound. I didn't. Morning of, she left early to set up. I dropped the kids at school, then called my sister. Can you take Mia and Jake for the weekend? Family emergency. What's wrong? She asked. I'll explain later. Just keep them safe. She agreed, no questions. I picked them up after lunch, explained gentle as I could. Mom and I are having problems. Serious ones. We're separating. Jake's eyes widened. Like divorce. Yeah, bud. I'm sorry. Mia crossed her arms. Is it because of that guy she talks to on the phone? I froze. What guy? Derek. I heard her laughing with him late at night. Said not to tell you. Anger flared, but I kept calm. Yeah, that's part of it. But this isn't your fault. I love you both. We're staying at Auntie's tonight. They cried, hugged me. I dropped them off, then headed home to pack. My clothes, important papers, kids' favorites. Loaded the car. Changed the locks with a kit from Home Depot. Left the divorce papers on the kitchen table with a note. Enjoy explaining this to your clients. Derek's welcome to the leftovers. Then I drove to the open house. But first, the email. From a burner account, I blasted her contact list, clients, coworkers, family. Subject, the real reason she's selling so hard, she's buying a new life. Attached, blurred photos from the PI, text screenshots, receipts. Brooke's been using your time and money for her affair with Derek. Thought you should know. It sent. Phone blew up with notifications, but I silenced it. Arrived at the McMansion, cars lined the street. Inside, laughter, clinking glasses. Brooke in her red dress, charming a group. This kitchen is a chef's dream, she was saying. Granite counters, stainless appliances. I nodded to the process server waiting outside, a burly guy in a suit. "Now," I texted him. He walked in, folder in hand. The room hushed a bit. "Ma'am," he said loud, approaching her. "Brooke Thompson." She turned, smile fading. "Yes. Can I help you? You've been served." He handed her the papers. "Divorce proceedings." Gasps rippled. Her face drained of color. "What? This is a joke, right?" "Hon, what's going on?" I stepped forward from the crowd. "No joke, Brooke. It's over." She flipped open the papers, hands shaking. "Adultery. Financial misconduct. You can't do this here." "I just did." Whispers grew. Phones dinged, the emails landing. Her boss, in the corner, checked his device, face darkening. "Derek," someone murmured. Brooke's best friend rushed over. "Brooke, oh my God." But Brooke stared at me, tears welling. "Please, let's talk outside. This is my career." "Was your career?" I turned to the room. "Sorry for the interruption, folks. Enjoy the house. It's probably the only thing real here today." I walked out, heart hammering but head high. Drove to my sister's, hugged the kids. That night, my phone rang non-stop. Voicemails from Brooke. "How could you? I love you. It was a mistake. Please call back." Ignored them. The fallout started rolling in, but the anger had cooled into something sharper, colder. Like I'd finally exhaled after holding my breath for months. The radio played low, some classic rock station, but I barely heard it. My phone vibrated non-stop in the cup holder. Texts, calls, voicemails. I let them stack. No need to listen yet. I knew what they'd say. I pulled into my sister's driveway around dusk. Her porch light was on, warm yellow against the gray evening. Mia and Jake were inside playing cards with her kids. When I walked in, they looked up, faces serious. My sister, Lisa, met me at the door, arms crossed. "You okay?" "No, but I'm breathing." I hugged her quick. "Thanks for this." She nodded toward the kids. "They've been asking questions. I told them you'd explain when you got here." I sat on the living room floor with them. Mia folded her arms like she was bracing. Jake just stared at his sneakers. "So," I started, voice low. "Mom and I are getting divorced. It's not because of anything you did. It's because Mom has been seeing someone else. A man named Derek. Behind my back. For a long time." Mia's eyes filled fast. "I knew it. I heard her on the phone. Laughing. Saying stuff like 'miss you too.' I thought maybe it was a client or something." I pulled her close. "You didn't do anything wrong by not telling me sooner. Kids shouldn't have to carry that." Jake wiped his nose on his sleeve. "Is she gonna live with him now?" "I don't know what she's gonna do. But you two are staying with me. We'll figure out a new place, new routines. School stays the same. Your friends stay the same. I promise." They cried then, quiet at first, then harder. I held them both until the sobs slowed. Lisa brought blankets, hot chocolate. We watched some dumb cartoon until they fell asleep on the couch. I carried them to the guest room, tucked them in, kissed their foreheads. "Love you guys. More than anything." Back in the kitchen, Lisa poured me coffee. "What now?" Now I wait for the storm. I finally checked my phone. 37 missed calls from Brooke. Texts ranging from "please call me" to "how could you humiliate me like that" to "the kids need their mother, you bastard." One voicemail was just sobbing. Another was her screaming my name. I deleted them all without listening past the first few seconds. Blocked her number for the night. Needed silence. Next morning, the fallout hit harder. My inbox had emails from mutual friends. Saw the thing at the open house. Jesus, man. "You okay?" From her boss, forwarded the email blast asking for a meeting. "This is serious. We need to discuss Brooke's status." Her real estate license board got copied somehow. Word travels fast in those circles. One client replied to the blast. "Thanks for the heads up. Pulling my listing. Won't work with liars." Brooke showed up at Lisa's around noon. Pounding on the door. Lisa opened it a crack. "Not now, Brooke. I need to see my kids. They're sleeping. And you need to leave before I call the cops." Brooke's voice cracked through the screen. "This is insane. He served me in front of clients. Ruined my career. Tell him to talk to me." I stepped into view. I'm right here. She looked wrecked. Makeup smeared, hair messy, eyes red. You destroyed everything. 15 years. For what? A mistake. A mistake is forgetting to pick up milk. You fucked another man for months. Spent our money on him. Lied to our kids. To me, she clutched the doorframe. I was unhappy. You were always working. Distant. Derek listened. Don't. My voice stayed flat. Don't rewrite it. You chose. Every hotel room. Every text. Every time you kissed me goodnight while thinking about him. Tears streamed. I still love you. We can fix this. Counseling. I'll end it. I'll quit the job if you want. Too late. I closed the door slow. She banged once more. Then I heard her car peel out. That afternoon, Sharon called. She lawyered up. Some guy from her brokerage's referral list. They're pushing for mediation, claiming emotional distress from the public spectacle. Let them push. We have the PI photos, the receipts, the texts. Financials show she siphoned over $8,000 in 6 months. Judge won't like that. Agreed. But prepare yourself. She'll fight dirty. Might accuse you of controlling behavior, invasion of privacy. I don't care. I want primary custody. The house if possible. Alimony if she can pay it. Sharon chuckled dry. We'll see. Filing motion for temporary orders tomorrow. Kids stay with you. No overnight with her until hearing. Good. I needed them safe. Days turned into a blur of lawyer meetings, kid drop-offs at school, explaining to teachers why mom wasn't picking them up. Mia withdrew a bit, stopped talking much. Jake got angry, threw a controller across the room one night when a game glitched. Why'd she do it, Dad? I don't know, bud. Grown-ups make stupid choices sometimes. Brooke tried the kids directly. Texts to their school iPads. I love you. Miss you. Mom's sorry. I saw them before they did, forwarded to Sharon. Parental alienation attempt. Add it to the file. She showed up at soccer practice once, stood on the sidelines in sunglasses, waving. Mia saw her, froze midfield. Coach blew the whistle. I walked over. You can't be here. They're my kids, not unsupervised. Court order, she glared. You're turning them against me. No. You did that yourself. She left crying again. I hated seeing her like that, hated the part of me that still cared. But the anger won out every time. 2 weeks later, the temporary hearing. Courthouse smelled like old coffee and floor wax. Brooke sat across the aisle, flanked by her lawyer, a slick guy in a pinstripe suit. She wouldn't look at me. Judge was a woman, mid-50s. No nonsense. Sharon presented first. Photos, texts, bank statements. Your Honor, the respondent engaged in an extramarital affair, misappropriated marital funds, and exposed the children to emotional harm. Brooke's lawyer countered. My client admits to poor judgment, but this was a one-time lapse. The petitioner invaded her privacy, publicly humiliated her, damaged her professional reputation. We ask for joint custody, equal time. The judge peered over her glasses. One-time lapse doesn't cover 8 months and thousands in joint assets. Temporary order. Petitioner gets primary physical custody. Respondent gets supervised visitation pending full hearing. No contact with the minor children outside supervised settings. Marital home to petitioner pending sale or buyout. Freeze on all joint accounts. Brooke gasped. Your Honor, please. My kids. Supervised means supervised. Next court date in 60 days. Gavel banged. Brooke stared at me then, pure hate mixed with something broken. I walked out without looking back. That night, the kids and I ordered pizza, watched a movie. Jake fell asleep on my lap. Mia leaned against my shoulder. Dad? Yeah. I'm glad we're with you. Me too, kid, but sleep didn't come easy. I kept seeing her face at the hearing. The woman I'd loved since we were 17, now a stranger. Part of me wanted to call, say something. Anything. But I didn't. The bridge was burned. All that was left was watching it smolder.